Minimal spanning tree can be set up as a linear programming problem, but the formulation is quite complex, especially considering that the network-based algorithm is really very easy to set up and run. So what we're going to do is to use a web-based program, okay, so that runs through the network and finds the minimum spanning tree. And here is the link. So if you click that link, it'll take you to this page, uh, and here you need to click test the algorithm. Okay. Now you can create the network graph yourself here, um, but it's a lot easier to set it up as a text file and upload it from this button. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll go back to our Excel file. Now the way the text file needs to be set up is that you have to have a bunch of rows that identifies the nodes. Okay, and then you need to have rows identifying edges. Now this web page is kind of clunky, that it requires the IDs to be node IDs to be to start from 0, and then from there 1, 2, 3, and so on. So um, we have to adjust for this. Okay, so even though this is the nodes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we need to make sure that these are coded somewhat differently. Okay, so our IDs should be, okay, that -1. Okay, and for each node we have to provide coordinates, x and y coordinates, approximately. You don't need. What's more important are the edges. So the spatial position needs to be approximate and need not be very accurate. So here I have already set up some numbers for x-axis and then y-axis. So we'll use these numbers to approximately set up coordinates for these nodes. So the first node is approximately about 10 for x and 100 for y. Okay, and then that would be about 100 and 200. Then 3 would be approximately 190. Okay, and then 4 is 110. Okay, 5 is about 200 and 200. Okay, 6 is 250. 7 is 300 and 150. And 8 will be like 350. Okay. Now, using these 3 columns of numbers, okay, we have to set up the node lines. Okay, so the text file, how it needs to be set up is that it needs to have it should be like this. Okay, so it should have n to indicate that it is a node, and then a space, and then the X and the Y coordinate, and then the node ID. Okay, so this is how it should be set up for all the 8 nodes. We can do this once we have set up these columns. We can do this using concatenate Excel function. So first it is n with a space, okay, and then comma R10, okay, comma, we need a space after that, okay, and then S10, and then we need a space, okay, and then the ID, okay. So now we have the line node information set up for the first node, and remember the IDs must begin with 0. Okay, so there. So now we'll copy that, okay, into a text file.